Hello my friends and welcome to another Tuesday of tutorial. I am Leonardo Pereznieto and today we will draw with this gorgeous Justus pen. It is fantastic for drawing because it has a flexible nib and therefore if you use it lightly it makes a very thin mark, while if you press on it, it will deliver a much wider line. And actually by rotating this barrel, you can adjust how flexible or rigid you want it. Today we will draw an owl. And in fact I will set it as hard and the least flexible to do the sketch, because I want a very fine line. And we begin making a circle for the head and then like a heart shape. Then a big peanut for the body. We sketch the wing and the tail, then the legs. I increase a little bit the size of the head actually. Then a triangle pointing down for the beak and the big eyes. This is going to be an angry owl. So he's like frowning. And the pupils. We fill them in, leaving a little white reflection so that it looks more alive. The beak is pretty dark, but we leave a lighter area on the upper part. And then we start doing the feathers with short strokes. At first I'm doing this lightly because I may do some corrections later, and as we cannot erase, I will just have to go over the lines a bit heavier. It has some big feathers up here and then the tail and the legs with the claws. Okay, very good. Now I adjusted the pen so that it is flexible again. And with this, now I can press and make wider and darker marks. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on a pen, you can have similar results with one of those dip pens. But of course, you have to be dipping them in the ink often, and they are a bit clumsy to carry, but they do work well. Of course, drawing with this pen is a pleasure. It is a treat. I believe these are also used for calligraphy. The lower part of the body, below the wings and the legs are of a very light color, however they are mostly in shadow. Here you should be able to see a little bit better the pattern I am using and the hatching and cross hatching that I am doing, as you see, of different tones and using different pressures. And then I can come back and go over it again, as needed. Good! This part, as I mentioned, it's of a light tone, but it is in shadow, so we darken it a little bit more. And now let's render the rock. We can do its texture with straight lines, like this, crossing them in different directions. Different patterns to give the illusion of different planes, since art, after all, is an illusion. And up here the cast shadow of the bird. Let's darken some of these feathers and add more detail. As here it is in shadow, it should be darker. Very good. Excelente! I like it how it is looking. I have been considering that the light is coming from the top and slightly to the right, so this area on the left of the rock should be a little bit darker, and also here because of the cast shadow of the bird. Good! You know, I'm very interested in knowing from you what are the things that you are having the most difficulty with as far as drawing, that you would like some help, and also what are the subjects that you would like to learn to draw the most. I am asking because I am about to start working on my next book and I want to make sure I cover whatever you need or want the most. Thank you. Since the fountain pen cannot be erased, it is much better to start light and then add shadows as you see that they are needed. That is why I'm coming back to the same areas again and again, increasing the intensity to add more layers to it. Let's give it the last touches and it's ready! If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, share it to your friends and subscribe to Fine Art Tips. And I will see you on Tuesday.